All right, we got Roman, not so rookie on anymore, doing all the big boy stuff. If I'm right, you get promoted January in the mid of January, second week, third week?
January 5th was the date.
January 5th. Okay, so it's, first full week of January got promoted. And
Yes,
this is
sir.
April. And last week, if I'm right, you got a almost a 70 grand wire in a week.
Yes, sir.
That's a good place to be. So definitely we have a lot to learn from you, and definitely that's a lot of value. We had a one-on-one week ago, and you had so much value, and also you gave me some reminders, the things that we used to do that we stopped doing, and you started doing it, which is giving you a lot of wins right now.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's go start with your story really quick. Some of you guys already heard your story because you did a high rollers call on all hands call. So we're gonna keep
Right.
it simple. How you started the business, where were you before that, and then we're gonna straight jumping into some questions because I do have a lot of questions prepared for you today. So let's start with
Perfect.
your story, Roman.
Of course. Again, yeah, I'm Roman Roberson. I'm 27 years old. I'm from San Diego, California. Um, yeah, San Diego, California. I was both my parents, I think I said it last time on the call, but both my parents went to prison. I was adopted. I did the whole foster care for 2 years, and then I ended up growing up in Oceanside, California. So I went to high school and everything. And then my first job was Babies R Us. I went to college. I played football, played college football for a semester, and then I dropped out. And then I tried to go the JUCO route, and then I was doing Babies R Us, and I was trying to do school at the same time. And then I just quit football. I went full speed with working. And then my buddy was working at In-N-Out Burger, and I was working like 5 days a week. He's working like 2, 3 days, and our checks looked the same. And I was like, all right, bro, get me into get me into In-N-Out. And that's when I got into In-N-Out. I worked my way up into management. I did In-N-Out for about 6 years. And then I was one promotion away from getting my own In-N-Out store. And basically for that position, In-N-Out is not everywhere. I don't even think is there In-N-Out in Louisiana?
Oh, I wish no.
No, in and out, right? So you have to wait for a store to open up. You got to wait for a manager to quit. These people are not quitting. So I was like, I want to go do something it where performance matters. I don't care how long you've been in the business. If my numbers are better than yours, then I think I deserve the position. So that's where I jumped into sales. I went to that's when I joined Fareed's office. I didn't know what I was signing up for at first. You know, you walk in for the interview, you're like, what is this? And then it paid off.
I mean, Roman, walk me through your story from starting to get into assistant manager. What are things that you felt like you did really good?
Really well. Well, when I came in, I was super clear. I think a lot of people try to outwork confusion. You can't outwork confusion. When I came in, I knew exactly what I wanted. I didn't care about selling the AT&T aspect. My questions were, Fareed, what do you do, Fareed? How do I get into the seat that you're in? What's the systems? What's the steps? And I was just super clear on the steps. I was like, okay, cool. 10 head count, 1,400 meant alpha, but I think a lot of it was I took the office very serious. Um, I didn't. I really. If I saw it, I said it because I felt like again, every single person to your left and to your right has an effect on your outcome, right? If you don't come in with the tie, you don't come in with the jacket. Now my guy's gonna think it's okay to not come in with a tie or a jacket. If you might have heard sales training 1,000 times, but if you're sitting there and you think you're too cool for school, not taking notes, my guy's gonna think, okay, he knows it. It's not okay. Like he doesn't have to take notes. So I definitely took the office super serious, and I think that's the real game. I think a lot of people think the field is the game.
Hmm.
I think the office is the game. The field is where you just get the fruits of your labor.
I love it. What are things that you felt like characteristics wise that you kind of developed in Farid's office for you to start performing the way that you're performing right now?
What was that? One more time.
What are some characteristics that you started
Uh,
developing when you were with Farid in running Farid's office and that's helping you right now?
of course. Well, three characteristics. Even my team right now we live by is number one. You got to be hungry. Right. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of like there's something different between somebody who's hungry and then somebody who just wants something to eat. Right. Somebody who just wants something to eat, they'll DoorDash their food. They'll wait for it to come. They'll make, ask somebody else to make it for them. If you're hungry, you make your own plate. You don't care what's in that cabinet, what's in the fridge. You are going to fix it. So number one, I was hungry. Hungry dogs run faster. So I didn't care about the environment. I asked. I didn't care what the situation was. I learned the game. You play the game, and then I changed the game. So number one, being hungry. Number two, you got to be grateful. Uh, it kind of goes back into that book, Choose Your Enemies Wisely. I think that is definitely a book everybody should read. But I think in the book it states the greats are emotional people, right? So like you think of LeBron, you could think of Elon Musk, you could think of Michael Jordan, Kobe. They're all emotional people, but if you don't have that grateful side to you, you'll do anything to win. You'll stab one of your friends in the back. You'll cheat. You'll lie. You'll do whatever. But you ought to also be grateful for the opportunity that you're in. So grateful, and then my last one is competitive. If you guys aren't trying to be top 20%, what are we doing? Right? Like I don't just play the game to play the game. I didn't just come in here to be a rep and be with my name in the middle or my name to be at the bottom. Like I'm trying to be the top 20% in anything that I do. And even if you guys are at the top, it's not like you just play the game just to win. Like I play the game to dominate. Like the score could be up 70-0. I'm not taking my starters out. So those are my three characteristics that I think that help.
Can you go back to what you said? You're not taking the starters out, which means when the office is doing so good, when they can take an off day, they're not taking off day.
Exactly. It goes back to like the three phases of momentum, right? It's you're maintaining momentum, but like how do you advance the momentum? I don't just take my foot off of the gas because now I have the momentum, right? Don't let the paddle in the back turn into a massage. Hey, every day I'm back at zero. The score is still 0-0. I don't care if the score is 77-0. In my mind, it's 0-0.
This is how you're thinking as an owner, or this is how you used to think
This
from
is
the
rep.
get-go?
This is rep. Rep. I wanted to be top 20%. I wanted to make sure that it's a performance based business, right? If you give me an interview and I wasn't number one on the leaderboard, well, you just knew that the interview was going to go to me because I am number one on the leaderboards. I'm not going to slip up. I made it inevitable of why I was winning. It's a performance based business.
Do you think that scares some of you guys, or they are just like, no, I'm in?
Did that scare some of my guys?
Yeah,
Winning?
that's a
Did
good,
winning
that's a really
did
good
winning
reply.
scare? Heck no.
What made you think that? What are the characteristics you felt like you got really good at that your guys started replicating it?
I think too, short term memory. I think you definitely have to have a goldfish mindset in this business.
Can you walk me through it?
Uh, you see it in goals. I don't know if you guys do goals like Mondays, right? You guys,
Yeah.
everybody, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. Somebody's gonna have a bad week. All of a sudden, they're gonna go up there, and it's like their whole life is spiraling down. They let a bad week turn into a bad month. You have to have short term memory in this business, right? Every week, it doesn't matter. You could have did 2K. Hey, you're back at zero the next week. Rent's due. You gotta repay it, but understand too, this business is not Disneyland. It's not going to be great the whole way through, but I think the people that push through are the people that can show up the same no matter what the result is. You see people show up differently predicated to what they did the day before. Oh, all of a sudden they did 700. Now they come in the office. They're super hyped up. They're super happy. Oh, they do zero. Now they're quiet. You guys, you got to be the same person when the day in and come out. So I think that's the biggest thing to really getting your team up and running is you got to be the same person when they come in every day.
Love it. Roman, I think when I was talking to you and having the one-on-one, you mentioned something about you don't have another option. Either you win or you're gonna win.
Right.
Can you walk me through that mentality?
Absolutely. Yeah, I say it all the time. We got two options. You win or you win. We don't you don't I kind of said it at Top Gun, but like when you just hang around winners, conversations are just a little bit different. When you hang around like people that are like talking about losing mentality, what if I can't do it? What if I can't? It's like you're already manifesting a loss. Like there is no other option. The numbers do not lie. And that kind of goes back into how you guys could coach your people, but this is a numbers game. This is not a skill game. I don't know how many contacts you talk to 80 people, 15 presentations, 5 credit checks, 2 to 3 will qualify, 2 to 3 close. So as long as you play the numbers, there's no reason why you shouldn't win. This isn't a skill game.
So just to get some numbers, if I'm right on these numbers, you started with 4 people in January,
Yeah, so 3 first. Start with and the other 2 came later.
and now you are at 23,
I'm at 26 now.
26. So which
Yeah,
means you are not running the business through you anymore, which means you develop some guys and the business is ran through
right.
them because you can't get to
Correct.
26 by your leadership. So what are the characteristics you see those guys those what are things that you see your core guys are doing so good, or how do they even become core guys for you?
How did they become core guys for me?
Yeah.
Trust. I love people that I can trust. So it goes trust like on a if you did like a XY graph, I would rather have somebody that I can trust and they're say if their performance is they're doing 2K a week, but I can't trust them. That's not my core guy. I like somebody that just hits the 1400. They're right there on the dot, but I can trust that they're going to make great decisions. I can trust that if they're in the field and they see somebody that's doing something that I don't condone, they're going to come and tell me. I can trust that when they leave the office that they're going to go straight to the store. They're not lollygagging, inviting other people to into their misery. Let's go eat, get 4 or 5. Like I love trustworthy people. So that's my core. And then you asked me another question, right?
Yeah. So just to make sure to re-clarify, so these are the people who have open communication. They love your business. They don't want
Ex-
your business to get hurt. So they are
right.
just coming and telling you everything so you can fix the roof when the sun is shining.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. And then
What I think my other question, according to that, was what are the things that they are doing so good right now
Mm.
as to get to like 26 people, the core team? What are things that are they running the office for you? Are you just sitting down and just doing prelims at this point? Because there are some guys here who wants to get to ownership, right?
Of
So
course.
I kind of want to see the paint the picture for them for a high performing rookie owner. You
Okay.
probably went to the field for like 30 days and rest your guys are doing the rest for you. Like, how does it look like right now?
Exactly. Yeah. Right now, my guys, that's where they want me. They don't want me in the field. They want me doing prelims, interviewing, because they know that if they hit the metrics, I have an interview guaranteed for them. I'm spending a lot of money on recruiting. I do. I have my own personal the Indeed that I have up, but I also pay for another uh, remote recruiter. So I'm getting ads off of two different platforms. But the systems that they do is number one, communication is key, guys. Like I said it at Top Gun. You guys think of football games, you guys think of basketball games, you look at best teams, they communicate at a high level. Ball, screen. I got your guys, switch. It's the same thing in here. It's like you guys have to communicate at a high level. Now, if you guys want to, two biggest things that we measure, right, is DEDI and DPR. Head count does not matter. It matters is DEDI and DPR. How much people do I have working, and how much money are they going home with? As long as those two things are healthy, rising tides will lift all boats. You just need a winning culture. So for us, we do DEDI checks 3 times a day. So one at like 3 o'clock, another one at like 6 o'clock, and then after 6 o'clock is that last one. But number one, people have no opportunity to slip. Everything is in front of the room. Even when I was in the field and we were doing that back at Fareed's office, I hated seeing my name up there with the X on it, knowing that I did not close. And then at the end of the day, making sure that you guys should be doing this too with your guys' team. But I know probably as a core, you guys have a core chat. You guys should have a core chat with your. So now, hey, if this person rolled, why did this person roll? So we talk about every new hire, everybody that is not promoted in our core chat. Everybody is stating why this person rolled or what is the next step for that person the next day. If I didn't show up, we know what step this person is on this day if whatever their leader didn't show up. So communication is definitely going to be the biggest thing. And then three things that I think help your team multiply that I think could take you from a senior leader to an assistant manager is number one, you guys need a white rabbit. You need somebody that takes passion first blood. Somebody who takes passion and closing at unreasonable times while everybody's sleeping. I used to do that. I used to go like Tuesdays, wake up at like 8 in the morning, get in the field at 9. And my hashtag used to be wipe the crust out of your eyes. It wasn't even for me. It was just to show people that like, dude, I wanted more. This is why I'm getting the opportunity. So number one, you need a white rabbit, somebody that just goes ham. And then two, you need a culture piece. You need somebody that comes in and that's just has that energy, that fire, that somebody that lightens up a room, that comes in, talks to everybody on the team. I think the biggest mistake a lot of people make is they isolate. They think, oh, my jam, this is my guy, this is my team. Heck no. The best people, I'm telling you, if you guys look around in your office, the best people, I promise you, probably talk to everybody in the office. So you need culture, and then the last one you need is a quality piece. You need somebody that's making sure that, hey, we're the premium next up. Who's talking about premium next? Who's making sure that are you guys doing sales summary sheets? Are people just playing Russian roulette with their checks? They just come in and it's like, hey, let's see what I got. Like you gotta have. I think those three things are what can take a senior leader to an assistant manager really quick. You get three bad motherfuckers, you can take over anything.
All right. All right, Roman, I do have a few more questions, but I'm gonna open up before we run out of time for the guys.
Absolutely.
Let me spotlight them so I can see who's raising their hands if they do have questions. If not,
Absolutely.
we're gonna keep hitting all the questions. Okay, guys, if you do have any questions, raise your hand. If you are next to Chandler, I don't know who's next to Chandler. Can you come to the camera side of things so I can see who's there? Yeah, at least act like you guys love each other and just huddle up. Looks
My,
like everyone knows everything. No questions today.
no questions.
Oh, okay, Candice.
Right. You said communication at a high level. What does that look like?
So we it's at a high level. It just means that you can't have any slippery slopes, right? So what are some things that at the end of the day, if this was your company, right? If this was your business, when everybody checks out, is your business done?
Shouldn't.
Do you just shut off the switch? Business is over?
Nope.
No, right? You got to keep communicating. And that's the biggest thing with the core is that if this is your business, there's definitely something to talk about every single day. If you have nothing to talk about, you check out, you're done, then you might as well not be in the core chat, right? Think it's just in case info. So for me, biggest thing what my guys are wondering is why is so and so rolling? Who has roles for the next day? Are we winging it? I'm sure you guys have a schedule, right, of how everything gets ran, or do you guys pick the day of?
One more time.
You guys have a schedule for like who runs what?
Yeah, yeah.
So we talk about that in the chat. That's always determined the day before. Also, who needs to be cut? Who needs to be part time? 2 weeks under standards for us. We know you cannot be under standards 2 times or you're gone. So every day we're talking about this every single day once everybody checks out. There's a system. Don't fix the problems, fix the system to the problem. That's also another key thing. But I think there's something to talk about every single day. If you guys don't have anything to talk about once everybody checks out, that's crazy.
Makes sense.
Don't fix the problem, fix the system to the problem.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you have a system for every single thing.
For
When it
everything.
goes wrong, go to the training checklist.
Here, new orientation. Here's a paper for orientation. Hey, day one sales training. Here's a paper for day one. Day two, here you go. Hey, here's a desal for when they're in the field when they're done. Here's a 5-day checklist for this. It's all systems. It's not rocket science. It's literally a system. Can you take a D C player, put them in your environment, and simply by following these systems, they'll become a B or A player. This is not a skill game.
Love it. All right, since no one has questions, let's go to we only have one co-person in the team, so it's Candice.
Okay.
I'm kidding, messing with them. They're waking up from Easter. It was a heavy. It's New Orleans. Everyone goes very heavy on Easter, so they're recovering. Okay, Roman. So let's talk about some numbers. So January 5th, you open up,
Yeah.
and last week was a $70,000 wire. And
Right.
how much money have you have saved so far?
I'm at 125K.
125K just saved after you pay everything off, business expenses. Damn, that's badass. That's really badass. Your smallest wire, how much was that?
My lowest, my first three. I started
Just 3 days.
yeah, my first three wires were the lowest. I did 10K, my second one I did 11K, and my third one was like another 11K.
And after that, it was 20, 30,
And then I
50.
went to 20. Yeah.
What are your next goal? What is your next 3 months looks like?
I'm gonna have a promo before NatCon.
Promo. So you're launching out someone for that company. So you're going
Yeah.
for the rookie owner of the year. That's what you're shooting for.
That one's I took
That's
that
not
one.
done already. Yeah, you're not even thinking
Yeah.
about it. You're thinking about straight up consultant. And how old are you? 25?
27.
27.
Yeah. Rookie,
So
I'm
if I
trying
have to
to
bet you saved $120,000 in 3 months without fourth quarter. So you're probably going to save around close to $500,000 just save.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And 27 years old.
Yes, sir. Half a man.
What you gonna do with that $500,000 once you saved up? Are you planning on buying your first house? You planning
Yes.
on
I was talking to Farid about it, but I want to buy some property probably once a year.
once a year? Okay,
Once a year, get something new once a year.
nice. There you go. So you're transferring from business to business, so you can save some taxes on that too.
Absolutely.
Nice, love it. Any nice things you bought already for yourself in the last 4 months?
That I bought myself. I'm still in a WeWork. So we are in a sweat box. I got 25 people standing in probably like 1 leader's room. So so a big I just signed for an office. So this is our last couple well 2 more weeks in this office, and then I haven't even been running really Alpha Bravos. I've been kind of doing everything Zoom or having people stick back. So I'm cool. I'm excited to see people actually get to develop and see them run. I've been running the Alpha Bravo stuff, so I'm excited to see it separated now.
Perfect. I love it. Roman, that's mainly what I have for you, brother. Thank you so much for joining us. It's already 8 a.m. There, and you decided to come and show some love for the guys.
Of
And
course,
you guys need
my
Roman.
dad's from Louisiana too, so that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. What is it? It's Alador. You probably Raceland, Louisiana. I don't know if you guys heard of Raceland, Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
actually pretty close to where coach is from.
Okay.
Yeah,
Heck yeah,
coach is in
Raceland,
Homer, so it's
Louisiana.
pretty close to there. Roman, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Thank you for being a great example, great leader. You drop some bombs every single time you come here. 27 years old, and you're just getting started.
Let's do it.
Brother.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.